It's games training season, but I have an opportunity to go backpacking with my son and my brother-in-law, and I have juggled and moved things around. I gotta take it. It's not a long backpacking trip, but it's really funny. Whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, it's almost the same amount of stuff. So let's take a tour of what I'm taking with me. My sleeping bag, backpack, custom fitted hiking boots, fire starter, which was a gift, so we'll see if that works, extra fishing line, some lighters, some matches, a knife. This is a paddle boat that is inflatable. So we'll be out fishing in the middle of the lake, fill that up, get out fishing, fishing gear. Inside here, I got everything I need for fishing. When we use the boat, water tends to get into the boat a little bit, so we use waders to stay dry. Got my fly rod just in case I fly fish. Raincoat, sweatshirt by Barbell Apparell, t-shirt, shorts, socks. This is a down jacket that packs really tight. This is a blow-up pillow, little chair, sleeping mattress, Life Straw water bottle, and extra water for our drive up and our drive home. So there's only about 24 hours worth of food that's necessary, and I don't want to be in much of a caloric deficit. So I've got some really lightweight but calorically dense foods to make sure that I've got all the fuel I need while I'm backpacking, but then also my body doesn't take any steps backwards while I'm doing this in the middle of training season. All right, here's what we got. For snacks, chocolate-covered raisins and a little almond butter for some high caloric density foods right there. Kind bars. For dinner, I've got steak, grass-fed beef hot dogs. That should cover my protein needs for the night. I'll add a pepper, throw a sweet potato in the fire for some carbohydrates. And in the morning, I'll have hard-boiled eggs. There's 6 in here. And I'll probably have a couple of Kind bars along with breakfast, and then we're hiking out and we'll be back home. So I'm pretty excited to take these brand new Gooder sunglasses with me on this backpacking trip. It's gonna be sunny tomorrow. It's not while I'm packing right now. I've used Gooder sunglasses for the past couple of years. I love that they're lightweight and comfortable. I barely know that they're on my head. And that when I take them on a backpacking trip like this, I'm not overly stressed out about my sunglasses. They're only $25 a pair. And I've always been so worried about breaking my sunglasses or scratching them or damaging them. At $25, I can just beat these up. I don't really care. There's a 1-year warranty, and these are also 100% polarized, which you want when you're fishing. So that's just an added bonus. Another thing I like about them is that when I'm hiking or when I'm running or when I'm bouncing, these things don't move around. They don't bounce around. I can shake them, I can jump, I can move around, and they stay put. And that's great when you're hiking or when you're just training by running up and down the streets of an RV park, as I have the past couple of weeks. I have the BFG Orange Crush sunglasses right here. What that means is that they're orange and they're big for guys with big heads like me. Gooder is giving viewers of my YouTube channel free shipping on your first order. Go to gooder.com/JASONGRUBB and use code JASONGRUBB to get free shipping. Gooder offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and 100% satisfaction. Find your pair at gooder.com/JASONGRUBB. That's GOODR.com/JASONGRUBB and use code JASONGRUBB with 2 B's to get free shipping. Let's see if we can get this all packed up for tomorrow. All right, 6 a.m. I'm getting picked up in about 25 minutes. I still need to do a cold plunge. Gonna set the timer for 3 minutes. I'm gonna miss it tomorrow. Ready to go. I'm gonna fuel up. Ready. Is that your drink again? Yeah. What is that? This is the start of 4 miles straight uphill. It's a significant climb, but it's worth it when we get up there. It's absolutely insane. Great fishing, great views. Here we go. Three or 4 miles in, it's beautiful. We're gonna get up to about, I think, 12,000 feet. You know, we're fit for the things we do, carrying objects, you know, within certain time frames, moving mass, those kinds of things, sprinting, all of that. But honestly, just carrying a 50, 60 pound backpack climbing straight up, I don't know, 3,500 feet of elevation makes it a really tough haul. I've had a high heart rate for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. This is a nice break, a nice little getaway. It's special because I get to hang out with my son who's getting married next weekend and my brother-in-law, and we've done backpacking trips for the past 15 years. So it's really nice that we're able to do this tradition in the midst of the chaos of training and traveling and preparing for a wedding and all those kinds of things. I get to actually do this. It's hard work. Can't wait to get up here, set up camp, and start fishing. Got the tent set up, forgot to film that, but we're set here. Now we're filling up our boats. You gotta blow and fill these up. It's exhausting. We're gonna get those full. We're gonna go down, get in the water, start fishing. Cheers to the nights we've had. A lot of paddling on a windy day, and that's today. Today's a bit windy, but that's all right. Catching fish and hanging out in the wilderness here, which is just absolutely stunning. But I caught one, so that's great. I forgot my net, which is just a rookie mistake. Well, it looks like Keegan caught a fish. Yeah, so yeah, catching fish. No net, but I can manage my way around that. Just glad to be out here. Pretty dang cool. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. The wind has gotten to us. Almost lost my oar. And when you're sitting in this boat, you're sitting right on the water, so it's so cold. We're freezing. We're gonna go sit in the tent for a little bit in a sleeping bag. This is how you get out. It's not easy.
You do it with grace. Watch. Watch the lean.
It's just the fucking worst. I'm gonna go sit in the tent and thaw out.
We're only out there for like an hour, right?
All right, the winds have died down and it's absolutely beautiful out. It's about 6, almost 7 o'clock, but this is unbeatable. So wow. 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 He hit it hard. Got one. Yeah. I missed him. This is going to be a nice one. This is why we make the hike. This is exactly why we come out here. We freeze on this water, but we catch all the fish. It's pretty fun. Successfully skewered and cooked some sirloin steak right there. That's what we've got on the fire right now. Bacon wrapped steak, a monster sirloin steak, got a pepper on there. Oh God, that is so good. Well, that was not the best night of sleep, but the first night of sleep backpacking is always really tricky. For like 9 hours, it was just pretty choppy. It was pretty dark last night, but for dinner I had a 12-ounce sirloin steak over the fire, and then I ate 5 grass-fed beef hot dogs, just making sure I had enough protein. I had a little bit of my brother-in-law's steak too. I had a cooked bell pepper, and I meant to bring a sweet potato, but I forgot it. So I actually had a little bit of candy, chocolate covered raisins, just to make sure I had some carbs along with that meal last night. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like the first bite of the steak was so amazing. We were starving. Normally we have rehydrated meals up here. We boil water and rehydrate meals and they're really good. But just one night we wanted to treat ourselves to steak. I'll show you what I got this morning for breakfast. 6 hard-boiled eggs. That'll get me some protein and some fat into the system, and I'll probably eat a couple handfuls of chocolate-covered raisins because I have some left, and that will get me down the hill. Been pretty light on carbohydrates, but that's easy to catch up on. We will be back in town by 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now it's time to pack up and get out of here. Our annual backpacking trip is done. Well, I realized I just did a time lapse of me shooting Element out of a little coffee cup. My challenge is this. So I have this as my water bottle, and it is a life straw. So inside there is dirty water. In fact, there's some sediment in there. So that's dirty water, and you suck through the straw and you get clean water out of it. But that doesn't work well when you're gonna mix something into your water, like Element. My brother-in-law and my son, they have a pump, so they pumped clean water into their Nalgene bottles. And so I just took an Element packet, poured it into a little coffee cup, and used some of their fresh water to drink about 3 ounces of water and a full Element packet. And it was grapefruit and it was delicious. Like, even in 3 ounces of water, it's so stinking good. So that was nice. I got Element in my system. Now I'm gonna go down to the lake, fill this up and chase down that Element with a full bottle of fresh water for myself. And that's my pre-workout before we climb down from this mountain. Yesterday we climbed about 4,000 vertical feet in about 4 miles. Like, it's really tough hike. And today we're gonna go straight down. It's a very different stimulus, but it's not easier. So Element is gonna make sure that my electrolytes are topped off, I'm well hydrated, and I'm ready for this.
And right now it's grapefruit season. You might as well head over to drinkelement.com/JasonGrubb to grab their new flavor, grapefruit. You'll still get a free sample pack of 8 different flavors when you use my code JasonGrubb. That's DRINKLMNT.com/JasonGrubb.
Writing down everything I see, tracing.
So yeah, one of the mistakes people make when they're doing stuff like this is they don't end up getting enough salt in their system. Whether it's Element, which I prefer, or just salting for flavor your food, it becomes necessary when you're doing this much activity. One of the mistakes I've made backpacking is not taking salt with me or not bringing salt. But last night I salted my steak and it was so delicious, and I made sure that I had plenty of salt, even extra salt on the steak, since I was probably low on salt intake for the day. This morning I put plenty of salt on my 6 hard-boiled eggs, and I just downed an Element. Just want to make sure I'm well hydrated coming down the mountain. Another thing I noticed up here last night when I was going to sleep, being at altitude, we're at over 12,000 feet. So as I was lying there, I could just feel my heart pounding in my chest, and my respiratory rate was a bit elevated. And that actually creates a small sense of panic, like, can I breathe? Am I breathing well enough? And in a tent with 2 other dudes, man, claustrophobic, little panicky, but thankfully I was able to just breathe my way through it. Every time I rolled over, I felt myself a bit out of breath. I've been to much higher altitudes, but every time, the altitude is really something. It's not something to joke about. It's not a bad view, right? That was a good trip, no? Good one-day trip?
Yeah.
How many fish did you catch?
12.
Got something like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good. Let me try that again. That's pretty good.
I will climb the highest mountains, and I'll swim every river, every sea.
And just like that, less than 48 hours later, back at home, back to life, and really glad that I got a chance to do that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Click that like and subscribe button. And just remember, your best days are ahead of you. Get bolder, not older. See ya.